Hello and welcome to What the Flick. I am Christy, this is Alonso, this is Matt. We are patrolling the mean streets of South Central Los Angeles in first-person, found footage format, as so many movies tend to be, in End of Watch. Who wants to describe it? Please go.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Peña, they're cops. And and it's a film from the guy who directed Harsh Times and Street Kings, and he wrote Training Day. So you may think you've seen this movie before, but you haven't. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more character-driven than you would imagine, and the plot kind of sneaks up on you. Take a look.
105 North Avenue, 52.
Third Sector 13, Roger.
What are we looking for again?
Dope, money, and guns.
¿Hablas inglés o español?
Good! You good, partner?
I'm good.
What?
Yeah, so this combines two things which would seem very, very tired, right? Two different genres. You have the mismatched buddy cop movie, the racially mismatched buddy cop movie, and you have the found footage movie, which everything has been since Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, I had my ass clenched when we started getting the handheld footage. I thought, oh no, but luckily they cut away pretty quickly to some omniscient footage. I was like, all right, it's not going to be all found footage. They're going to kind of weave it in and out. They're not going to abuse it, and so that luckily that wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't like Chronicle or something or Project X where it was just going to be all that all the time.
See, the fact that they do cut away to some like aerial shots of downtown LA or like
the helicopter shots,
right? But like that kind of distracted me. I'm like, either do the found footage thing or don't. Well, the fact that they went in and out, I thought was kind of.
I was okay. I think they established early enough that it's not going to be all this, So I thought that was fine. But then that aside, I love the fact that I was expecting this movie to be the usual thing where it's going to be about their daily lives and they're going to uncover some conspiracy or something like that. But no, it's not. It's really about these guys and their lives, and them being cops obviously is a big part of that. But it's also about Peña's wife having a baby and Gyllenhaal's relationship with Anna Kendrick and just different things that sort of weave in and out of it. And as the story kind of makes itself manifest over the course of the film, I was like, okay, they've been setting this up all along, but they've been setting it up like just part of their experience. So it sort of, by the time it becomes a thing at the end, you're like, oh, okay, well that's been there, but it hasn't been hitting me over the head like this is the story. I liked the way it meandered, but in a way that was sort of deceptive. That actually was telling you a story the whole time.
Yeah, they have such great banter with each other. And
Very
such
much. Great chemistry. Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I saw such great chemistry between two male leads on film. I mean, it was amazing. And as
Butch
they're bantering,
Sundance.
right?
Maybe.
as they're imitating each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
right?
cute.
Was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And when Michael Peña was like, "Oh yeah, go do your white people shit," like just the little offhand, like that felt almost improv in there, just kind of natural. It was, I thought the chemistry was great. I like where the story was. I found the ending, the climax of the movie to be far more emotionally moving than I was. It really caught me off guard.
But it was also, I thought, a bit of a cop-out. And we're not going to get into spoilers, but I think the ending,
it changes.
I was going along with it, and then it was like, really?
Oh, I didn't have that much of a problem with it.
Okay. Anyway, but until that point, I was totally with it, and I don't hate the ending, but it definitely it was the sort of the one time I could feel the gears grinding a bit.
Now, I had a blast. I laughed my ass off the whole way through, and yes, it's very, very violent, in a way that you would expect when you have people on patrol, covering gangs in South Central. The gangs are your stereotypical Mexican street gangs.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we gotta get these cops, we gotta kill these motherfuckers. It's very like, they're not real people, they're
but I felt like they did throw some
cliches.
curveballs in with some of the other, like the dude that Michael Peña fights early on.
That's funny.
In
it's
the
a funny
movie,
scene.
right?
Yeah.
And, that they have the honest fight with, and then the way that guy refers to it later, I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like the women in this. It's very, very different for America Ferrera.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of a badass. Cody Horn, who was so good in Magic Mike, she's in this. So good performances and small supporting roles. Is really, really well cast.
I would see a movie about the other cops in this movie because the bits of them that we get are really interesting.
Yeah.
Who's the guy? The other. guy cop. Who
Oh,
gets
The really bitter one?
Robert.
Yes. No, it's like
Hauser?
James.
I'm gonna know the bitter guy. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look it up
Yeah, the
because
one
I
he's
wrote
on.
about
He's
him.
the other anchor on the newsroom.
Right. And he's in.
I'm gonna look
in
it
the
up.
Green Hornet.
He
and
has
all
this
that stuff,
great
yeah.
monologue, this incredibly profane but very
Right.
insightful monologue
About what the LAPD will do to you if you let it.
Which
you know?
I kind of expected was going to get. When he started that, I thought, oh, this is going to go. I kind of expected the story to go a certain way based on the things he was saying, and then it didn't.
Yeah, again, it's not a movie that really like throws a lot of plot at you in a way that's like, okay, this happened, so that means this happens, and now this is going to happen.
Right.
It really,
It's more of a character study.
It is, yeah, and so I did kind of like that about it. But I was put off by the sort of conventionality of the ending.
David
in a lot of
Harbour.
ways. David Harbour.
Thank you. I like Anna Kendrick in this. It's sort of the most grown-up role I think we've seen from her.
Mm-hmm.
She gets a sex scene. Woohoo! Yeah, this is a fun movie. Let's do numbers, please. Matt Atchity.
I really like this movie. I give it a 9.
7.8, and I'm maybe thinking I'm lowballing it a bit,
You are.
but
do you want to change your number and
yeah.
make me do math on the fly?
I'll make it easy for you.
He'll do the math.
Make it an 8.2. And so that would bring
So
us
wait,
up to an 8.
but you have to do your score.
I did the math. Just you do your number, and then I'll tell you.
My number is 8.
So we're at
Alonso, what's yours?
8.4.
We are higher than the tomato meter even is. They are 80% on the tomato meter. So yeah, this is fun. Go see it. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Bye.